Want to see me run to that mountain and back? You want to see me do it again?
Greetings, fellow mortals. Just a reminder, saying it's just my opinion is for cowards. Oh, and spoiler warning. All of the spoiler warnings here. You have been warned. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. That was perhaps one of the most rushed to the climax seasons I have ever seen in a show. The best analogy I can think of it is if you get back with an old partner that you had a couple of years ago and you're super excited to jump into bed, but as soon as you get in there, you look at them and be like, wait a minute, where did your stamina go? They look better than you remember, they sound better than you remember, but something about their flow is just off. The experience isn't bad per se, but it did not live up to your expectations at all. And right as you reach the end, everything accumulates into one giant burst where everything is amazing and you forget about all the problems you had up until that moment. But when the smoke clears from your mind, you realize, wait a minute, I'm not satisfied. But then your partner has already rollen over and gone to sleep and you're like, wait a minute, we're not done yet here, are we?
Oh, you're gonna use that thing. Good.
Before I get to any of the critiques, I just want to praise the amazing aspects of Arcane first. Before we get to anything else, I just want to say this might be some of the prettiest animation that I have ever seen. It definitely rivals Studio Ghibli, and the art direction and the style is just amazing. The beauty of these scenes is what carries everything. You are completely enamored when anything is happening on screen, to the point that you're not actually thinking about the implications of what you're seeing. Everything was so beautiful that I had to go back and watch it multiple times just to see it again. And the music matched up perfectly with every single scene, excluding the Imagine Dragons intro, but what you gonna do? I have already listened to almost every single song in the Arcane Season 2 soundtrack multiple times during my workouts. I have it memorized. Add in the directing, the camera angles, and the lighting, and Arcane Season 2 is nearly perfect when it comes to visual storytelling, especially the action scenes. I have no complaints whatsoever. In terms of overall plot, I would definitely say that Arcane Season 2 beats the first season. So much happens in such a short period of time, and there's a lot of intrigue when it comes to absolutely everything. In a couple years' time, if someone asks me to explain the plot of Season 1 compared to Season 2, I will definitely be able to remember more of the finer details of Season 2. But, and there is a but, the character development in Season 1 just smacked the ever-loving shit out of Season 2. I can completely understand what they were going for and why they thought they needed only 2 seasons. If you made an outline of everything that happens in Season 1 and Season 2, it would make perfect sense about why you would think it doesn't need any more. Except there's a problem when you take that outline and you put it into real life. Season 1 did such an amazing job setting the groundwork for these characters and their relationships that they thought they could coast through Season 2. But the problem was that there was a lot of character development and relationship development that should have happened that really didn't.
How did she get there? Oh my god, Morty, how did she get there?
How did she get there?
Arcane Season 2 relied on the Eureka moment. This is especially true with Caitlyn, Vi, and Jinx, but it also happens with basically everyone else. Mel and her mother, Jason, Victor, Echo. Well, Echo was actually done really well. I really like that one. But that was mostly because Echo had an entire damn episode dedicated to his character development. His episode was perhaps top to bottom my overall favorite in the entire season, but it wasn't perfect because Heimerdinger's character development happened off screen. Harry Yoda had a lot of time to think and to change before Echo even arrived, and we didn't get to see any of it. Now you could very well argue, well, the end result made sense, yes. How everyone ended up made perfect sense. It just relied on the Eureka moment instead of showing gradual character development and relationship development. If you look at a basic summary or outline, everything makes perfect sense, but when you put it into the practicality of a 40-minute episode, everything feels so rushed.
Fook me, that was fast.
Let's just take Caitlyn for a perfect example. It makes perfect sense that she is filled with rage and a need for vengeance after the death of her mother. After another attack up top and learning the history of her family, she decides to take charge. She becomes the leader that she was always meant to be and begins a relationship with Vi because she realizes that life is short. But she immediately started taking violence too far. It was a complete character flip, which made sense, but it needed more time. It needed room to breathe, just like her relationship with Vi, because they got together and then they weren't together 5 minutes later. After one single setback, Caitlyn hit Vi and decided to become an authoritarian ruler up top. She becomes a puppet dictator, starts a new romantic relationship with someone else, and trains under Ambessa as her apprentice. She demonstrates that she is willing to throw away all of her morals for the sake of finding and killing Jinx, but all of that is completely tossed out the window the moment that she sees Vi again.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
One off-screen discussion with Vi and one little talk with Jinx makes her realize, oh wait, I was wrong about everything, and so she redeems herself instantaneously. Same thing with Jinx. Her character development was way too fast. It makes sense beat by beat in the outline, but oh my god, you should have slowed it down a bit. Jinx should have been going hog wild at the start of season 2, only stopping because she sees the consequences of her actions, leaving a bunch of people homeless and orphaned. Have her spend more time with Isha, more time with Vi, more time with Vander. The relationship and character development was just too damn quick. Same thing with Mel and her captivity and the Black Rose and her mother. Oh my god, just slow down, let it breathe, and explain some things, please. I don't know League of Legends. What is going on? I could also say the exact same thing with Jace and Victor. I think they spoke a total of 4 times together throughout the entire season. 4 times. That was not enough. They needed more character interaction.
Well, what are you waiting for?
I don't know. Something amazing, I guess.
Me too, kid.
In a lot of ways, Arcane Season 2 feels like the exact opposite of House of the Dragon Season 2. House of the Dragon sacrificed its entire second season in order to build up its third season. The character development and the relationship development were so damn slow that you wanted to pull your hair out. Meanwhile, Arcane took its entire third season, 9 episodes worth of content, and shoved it into its second season. What they should have done is taken the first 6 episodes of season 2 and expanded upon it, because there was a whole lot of things that we needed to see more of. Meanwhile, the last 3 episodes should have been expanded into an entire season. Yes. 3 episodes should have been expanded into 9. That's how rushed absolutely everything was.
워. 그렇지? 워.
Normally I say that I should shut up a little bit when my biggest complaint is that I want more of something, but this is an entirely different case because there definitely should have been more episodes. This pacing was so intense and so fast that it gave me whiplash. Like my neck literally hurts from twisting so much. You could argue all day about why this happened, why there weren't 3 seasons. Maybe they didn't have the budget, maybe they didn't have the time, maybe they were trying to rush other stories from League of Legends in order to push the game more. But no matter why this happened, the fact that everything was rushed really hurt it. I would still say that Arcane Season 2 is good. I still enjoyed it, but oh my god, it is not anywhere close to the first season. Thank God for the animation, the art direction, and the music, because without that, I wouldn't have been distracted about how absolutely terrible the pacing was.
I'm here. Where are ya? Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy.
Actually, another good comparison might be to Uzumaki. That animation was just absolutely terrible because they had no budget, but the writing and the imagery carried that aspect of it. I would definitely still recommend Arcane to anyone that I see, but I'm also a little worried about the future. You gotta give the right story the right amount of time, and if you don't, everything tends to fall apart. If they rush the spin-offs like they did with Arcane Season 2, I don't feel like people will be as fond of the new characters as they are the old ones. Also, write romance better. I don't know who was in charge of Vi and Caitlin's relationship, but that became toxic immediately. It was almost comical. I was like, what are you even doing? Did someone from the Daily Wire come in to write this lesbian relationship or something? Because it became abusive real quick, real fast. Don't appreciate that.
Why do you suppose I just hurled a chair at your head?
I honestly don't know.
Sure you do.
You're trying to win an Oscar?
But despite all of my criticisms, I still had a great time, and I'm probably just gonna go rewatch everything again. I just think that they could have taken some easy steps to take something that's good and fun to something that's absolutely legendary. But at the very least, it didn't completely fall apart or anything, so there's that. But what do you think? Did you like Arcane Season 2? Did you hate it? Do you think that I'm a complete fool? Please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And remember, if you disagree with everything I have to say, that is perfectly fine. After all, everyone is entitled to their objectively wrong opinion.
It was a good ride while it lasted. Come on, kids. Let's go home.
We are home.
That was fast.
Thank you all so much for watching.
You're still here?
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. You bye. Boom.
Do not despair.